Hi, folks. Just a quick update, really. Fished Ivy House on Sunday, drew peg 17 on Heron, and completely messed it up. Um, Went there with the idea in my head that they were going to have a little bit of a munch as they all caught a few there on Thursday. I think 90 something odd pound won it, but then I found out that there was only five on there, so they had a lot of room, which hence why they all caught a lot of fish. Um, So I've just read it wrong. Started off far too gung ho, feeding very aggressively maggots on my long line. Just didn't catch. Odd fish. Should have been sensible straight away. Moved. I did move and start another line tapping in, but I think by that time I'd just moved the fish. Jamie Dixie to my right. Damien or Andy? Can't remember which way round it is now. Anyway, on peg 15, he's fished a really tidy match. Little nuggets of ground bait. I think he had a few micros in it. Fishing expander on the hook. Going out about 7 meters. Nice and sensible. Dropping a little nugget of ground bait. Lowering his rig in with an expander on. And then clunk. Catching 2.5 pound F1s. So 30 pound in the first hour. So I've come short where I've been feeding maggots, but I've been throwing out my hand. And I think I'd overfed that as well too quickly. I've gone out, I've gone clunk, clunk, clunk. Some decent, good F1s. Thought, here we go, and then not another bite. So I think I just overfed it. They didn't want the amount of feed that I was putting in. But I'm saying that I think if I was there today, that would probably work today. It's a lot milder, has been the last couple of days, and I think that style of putting a bit in, picking a catty up and feeding quite aggressively will start working. Although I do think it won't be long before it switches to hard pellets if it stays like this. I know it's going to get a little bit colder again, but I think once that water temperature rises a bit, I think they'll start having a bit of a munch, and I think hard pellets will start working. Hard pellets and casters, that sort of thing, and they'll probably start catching a few shorter again, which seem to be the Jamie catching at 7 meters. That's in the deepest water on those lakes. But I think they'll start coming a bit shorter towards the slope. So we'll see. Keep an eye on that. Don't think there's nothing to do with the rigs or anything like that. It was just I just overfed it. Simple as that. I know it's nothing to do with the rigs because I've won a few matches on there doing exactly what I was doing. So I know it's nothing like that. Just me being too aggressive and impatient. I wasn't patient enough as well. Expecting to go out, set flow, flick it out there, float settles, bite. And it wasn't. It was flick it out there, float settling, not moving. Occasional indication. I did catch three or four half set, but it just wasn't right. So that was put that one down as a bad one. I am on the Fish South Silvers on Saturday. That is across Willow and Old Match Lake. Again, don't know what that's going to be like. There's a lot of these little. Well, on the Winter League, I won Lake Willow with £41 of these sort of little small F1 stockies, and they're pulling everything else out the peg, as in silverfish wise. So if you got those in your peg, I think it's going to be a bit of a nightmare trying to get to the silvers. I think fishing maggots on Willow, you tend to catch a lot of them little roach. Some pegs they do start getting bigger. It's just going to be a case of hopefully you don't have a shoulder of those little stocky F1s in your peg, because I think it will be a nightmare. Same as on the Match Lake, there is a few in there. I don't think there's as many. Be interesting. I know there was a 20 odd pound of silvers off peg 10. Yeah, peg 10 recently. But after that, it's not been brilliant weights, but then people haven't been out and out fishing for them. So we'll see. I think it'll be a 15 to 20 pound type of weight, probably silvers for that, unless you're lucky enough to sit on some of them skimmers if they have a munch. Not too sure what I'm going to do exactly yet. It depends where I draw, to be honest. In my head, I know I want to fish for skimmers, but certain pegs don't seem to be as good for skimmers as others. So we'll see where we draw. I fancy a peg between probably 31 and 34 on Willow. Possibly 23 on Willow, and then on the Match Lake, 10 might be a good shout. 8 and 9, it's a little bit deeper there. Those pegs along the calf bank are a little bit deeper. I think that side, you've got more chance, I think, of getting a few skimmers in your peg there. Be interesting anyway, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'll stop waffling. That was just a quick update on what happened on Sunday on Willow. I think the other noticeable thing about that match was pegs 8, 9, 10, 11. I think it was peg 6 that won it on the feeder. There definitely seems to be more fish around there, that side, for sure. Although I would say Jamie was unlucky with 70 or £75, I think. And then 20, I'm saying that, 17, me, rubbish, 20, not so good, less than me. 21 has had £70, 24 has had 70 odd pounds. So, and he's caught, 24's caught long to his left. So, yeah, there's more fish to be caught than you think, basically. There's loads of fish in that lake, and there's a lot of fish in every peg. It's just about doing it right on the day, and I definitely didn't do it right on the day. Still, onwards and upwards. I think it will switch to that type of method of fishing soon. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I should stop blabbering now. Just sorting out a few rigs ready for Saturday because I am working tomorrow. So I can't do it tomorrow. I'm going to go and pick some bait up. That's it really. Been making just some normal silver rigs, strung out rigs, a couple of bolt rigs. I won't go into detail on those. Usual thing for me. Ian Everett floats, my zero bore elastics. The silverfish hooks, size 20 and 18 maggot hooks, 09s and 08s. Obviously, don't want to be hooking carp and trying to play them through your peg and disturbing all the silvers. So, you need to sort of hook them and they're off. And hopefully that'll be that. But we'll see. Anyway, that's enough of that. I will let you know how that match goes. I will film that if I can. I've not rushed around like an idiot. Okay, have a good couple of days. Have a good weekend if you're out. Bye for now. Morning, people. Morning, people. Ivy House today. I've drawn peg 17 again. I always draw peg 17. Black calm. It's 12 or 13 on. I've drawn peg 17. I wanted 8, 9, 10 or 11 if I'm honest. That seems to be good at the moment. But there's been a few fish up this end, so we get some bites anyway. Don't expect to win anything. I fancy Dave Rormer on peg 11. Another lad on 9. I've not seen him before, but he looks like he knows what he's doing. And there's another guru chap on peg 4. Recognise him, can't think of his name. Looks handy. So we're up against it, I think. Anyway, I have set up .3 long with a bulk and 3 droppers for 13 to 16 metres. It's the same depth. I'm hoping to catch at 13, so it's a little less aggro. I have set up a strung out rig for the same line. This is a 4B10, and I have set up a slightly shallow rig. Again, this is 4B10, a little strung. Hopefully going to catch a little bit shallower. We'll see sort of what we're looking at there. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 28 inches, but I will probably show that up. But I don't know if they're going to come shallow, if I'm honest. It's a little bit nippy, a lot of rain last night. So hopefully I'll catch off bottom on that rig. So what we're looking at on that rig, we are roughly, so we're about 12 inches off the bottom on that rig. So deck or full deck, 12 inches off bottom, and then a little half depth rig, which I can also fish down my edge. And this is just a spare rig, really, a little bit shallower again, a little bit heavier, just in case they do have a little go and hook themselves. I've got a little dibber set up, which I haven't got out. I just don't think it's going to happen. Then this is a heavier rig. This is a 0.3, but it's bulk, all the bulk down the bottom for fishing, throwing maggots out my hand. A throwaway line, if I'm honest. And again, this is a spare backup rig, should I need it. That's basically it. My bait today is going to be, it's all going to be maggots. It's all I bought. Bit of our Pure Ground Expander, which I'll might put a bit of that in on my left edge here, if you can see that. Can you see that? Yeah. So basically, Limonette Silver Birch, 7 meters. Just again, bit of a throwaway. I've also got another throwaway, 13 meters, straight towards peg 21. 17, sorry, peg 20 straight, in line with peg 20. I'm not using him as a marker though. He's too big, bless him. To his tree to his left. At the moment, it's nice flat calm. Looks all right. I'm actually ahead of the game today. I'm actually all set up. All my rigs were set up yesterday. So I've only set up too many rigs, if I'm honest. I don't think it's going to be silly weights. I think, talking to Dave Wilmot at the start, we reckon anything between 50 and 80 pound would be good. Catch 50 pound, you've had a good day fishing, whether you come first, second or last. So we'll see. All my rigs are through Short Kits, all Ian Everett floats as usual, and 6 to 8. This is 6 to 8 zero bore. These are 6 to 8 solids. So the 6 to 8 zeros, a little tiny weeny bit softer. So I just thought I'd have one of those set up as well as the solids, just a little bit more oomph in that. But if they've been a bit iffy, that's just a bit more forgiving. So yeah, so that's a bulk. It's a higher bulk, but I like fishing out on here. A lot of people say, "Oh, if you're going to fish a bulk, you may as well fish it right down the bottom." Yes, in the summer, this time of the year, I like flicking it out there, and then you get a slower fall, final third of you as it goes down into your start again. Flick it out, follow the shot down, you hold it up, and then you'll get a slower fall of your hook bait. And I'm hoping that I'll get a few grabs when I do that. That's basically it. I'll sign off for now, and I'll come back with something when we start fishing. So I've had a plumb up. Don't know there's any point in me showing you plumbing up. Let's have a look at another plumb up while we're on camera. Ooh. Ooh. So let's just put this rig back on, and got to do some maggots in a minute, but so we've got half an hour to go yet. Now the wind's supposed to get up, so that's why I sort of half fancy fishing 13 rather than going longer, and it's the same depth. So one F1 just took them. So 13 meters is this line here. Make sure we can see that all right. Zoom that in a little bit, shall we? So 13 metres here. I need to reclaim that actually. And we're going out towards 14. That's interesting. Maybe going to drop that a little bit more. Make sure I haven't got my rigs mixed up here, which I think I have. So I'm going to drop that a bit anyway. Confuse myself a bit here now. Oh, that's right. Shorten the line on the rigs, but again, there we go. It's a bit better. That's how we want it. I don't quite know what happened there. But just right on there's a little bit of a lift just there. But I'm just using that post there as a marker. That's how accurate I want to be. Although I'm saying that, I will be. I'm going to cut to start, but I fancy being aggressive today. That's one thing that I feel today I need to do is feed quite aggressively. I feel like I need to get the fish in my peg today. There's already fish in your peg, I know, but I just feel that sometimes you tapping baiting, you're not making anything happen. I think this is a bit of a gap. It's got to let them know you're here, sort of thing, and just put a back shot on that. Just feed a little bit more aggressive than I perhaps would do normally. Had a lot of rain last night, so I will start off a little bit carefully, but we're just going to cup in some maggots. I'm going to clump them in rather than tap them in. Just get some bait in there, really. So we'll see. Anyway, we've got that sorted. But anyway, that's the depth. And I'm just going to have a little sort out a couple of rigs here because that's correct. I feel like I have. No, must be shallow. Heavy. Right, there we go. I'm going to double check. Yeah, that's miles too deep there, so I think I need to. You know what I've done there? I seem to have. I do remember now. I remember. This is my. This is a spare rig. Anyway, I'm going to sign off for a minute. Let's set these things up a bit. Oh, that was a good start to the match. Angling Trust just came round and to look at licences. Turned around and said, gave date of birth, postcode. I said, my licence is out of date. I said, it's not, because I've got an email, but I can't log on to the bloody site typically. But I said, you can't buy Fishermania tickets without a valid licence. So anyway, he said, alright, so, as far as I'm concerned, you're fishing illegally. I said, well, I'm guarantee you that I'm not fishing illegally, because I know it's valid. So that's something I've got to sort out as soon as I get in. See what's going on there. I don't know what he's on about. Anyway, so I've started off late now, and that's now straight away. Not good. Fed too long. Gone a little bit gung-ho to start with. Better. I'll get my iron. Right. And frustrating. Winds me up when there's things like that, because you think, I know I've got a valid licence. Can't buy a Fishermania ticket without one. So let's have a look at that as soon as I get in. He said, oh, don't worry about it, I'll check it when I get home. He said, you seem like a nice chap. And I said, well, I promise you that I wouldn't fish without a valid licence. A little tiny sign then. I said I was going to go a little bit gung-ho to start with. I can start another line if I need to. Just feel like I need to get a few fish in the peg, you know. Throw a few out in the hand on the short line, just because if we can get a little sign, next door's already into the second fish. It's fishing short. Better at the moment, off the next peg. Feel like I'm not quite right at the moment. So I've not fished this lake since Winter League, actually. So take a look around, maybe missed it. Smaller fish. Repeat. Give that a pound though. Some clunking big maggots. Don't want to overfeed it, but at the same time, I just feel being a bit moulder. Just feel like I need to have it a bit. Look. feel like I need to be a bit more positive quick. I'm just going to try my little bulk again. I'll tell you what I will do. Going to try tapping some in to see if it can congregate some fish under the cut rather than splattering in bait across the whole lake. That was a bit weird. And pass my feed a little bit to see what happens. Interesting that everyone was catching a few very quickly, and it's gone quiet down a little bit, so I need to slow down a little bit, sort of rushing into it, taking this cap off. It's too big, I need to get a smaller one out. I think I'm going to have to wait a bit longer for bites than what I thought at the moment. A bit of a false sense of it's going to fish well with those instant bites. So I'm going to slow down what I'm feeding out my hand, cut down on what I'm feeding long for a little while. Well in front of me next door. Right beside. That was a liner or a bite. Go back on my strung rig. Nothing quite right, I don't know why. Something's not quite right. Not sure what. These guys. Another one, admittedly it weren't very big. And I'll be expecting that. Fair looked, but We've had a bite there, which tells me I might catch short after all. I wasn't expecting this to be catching this short. So unbelievably, to be honest, they are big chunky F1s. This is what he's catching next door. So right, they don't want to sit in the deeper water. I will keep feeding that long line, but if I can catch short, having a bit of a moment at the moment, everybody. Oh. I think we'll start again. We're having a mad 30 seconds here. Right, let's start all over again. I'll turn them off and off. Let's start trying to refeed this line properly now. Get our act together a bit because we've gone a little bit. We lost our way a little bit this morning. I'm not the biggest fan of this peg, if I'm honest. I seem to draw it all the time. I had a second off it. I can't remember winning off of it, but noticeably smaller the fish. If I don't get anything bigger than that longer line, then ouch. I'll have to concentrate on the short line. I just don't want to. I just don't want to minnow it too soon, you know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to feed another short line because maybe we can have two on the go and alternate them two lines. Feeding's shot today. Bit of a side wind and it's just making me lose my aim a little bit. That's better. 24's catching a lot of fish as well, I know. On his candy's edge. There tend to be smaller fish on that peg. Definitely smaller on the longer line. tell what they're putting a bit. I'll have to put heavier elastic in, I think. That's a fluky one. Came off as I netted it. Definitely having a bit of one of those days today. Not fished this bait for a little while, and I tell you what, it shows. I'm definitely behind peg 14. He's had a really good run at the start on bigger F1s. Coming in again. Every time I look around, the man is bringing a fish in. I mean, they are proper F1 as well. It's absolutely battering me at the moment. So, come back down with a short line. I'll keep feeding that long line. I'm going to feed 2 short lines. They're noticeably bigger fish on that short line. Noticeably bigger. I'll put my jacket on in a minute, I'm getting cold. Just going to keep topping up that long line because I just feel like it will come good. Feeding's a little bit rough down this short line at the moment. Got a strong bulk on this. I might switch it in a minute to a slightly lighter slow fall. Shallows up to my left a little bit. He's in again. Catching a lot quicker than me. It's got to be fair, look. That's bizarre, that's weird. Yeah, that's fair, it looked. I looked all day long. And slow. Yeah. He's been emptying it to me, right? Getting a fish a chuck. It's gone out long and hardly caught. Getting more bites short. Short me long on a bit, but you do get one here, they're big. Yeah, it's lovely now, isn't it? Yeah, he's getting so many fish to my right. Another one on now. Well, still getting battered by next door, Mr. Dixie. But fishing weird. I can't suss it out today. Get the odd sign short. Go out long, tap a few in, get a fish, and then wait again for ages for a bite. Can't suss it out at the moment, if I'm completely honest. Running out of time. Don't think I'm doing any, well, not running out of time, just don't think I'm doing any good today. I don't know what's getting caught where. It's weird. I'm still loose feeding one line, tapping in on another. You just seem to get a fish out of the blue almost. But just going to keep doing what I'm doing, tapping a few in on one line, loose feeding on another, throwing maggots short, and that's it really, it's plodding away. I noticed Mr. Dixie's been catching on pellets. I didn't bring pellets today, just didn't think they would work. You know, I don't know if this is foul hooked or not. Seems to me that tapping is better, if I'm honest. I've bumped a couple of fish, well, I've come out with a scale. Almost feel like they're a bit, can't decide what depth they want to be at. Got to keep trying to plod along and keep putting a few fish in the net. You know, some of them are big chunky F1s. Not what we wanted. Basically, I'm not going to win anything today. Simple as that. I'm just sort of going through the motions really today, having a bad match. A lot of people have been catching. I've just not even fed my edges. I've been just lazy. But I just don't feel like I'm going to catch down my edge if I'm honest. So I'm just doing what I normally do on this lake. I fish the edges when it's warm. I just don't think the edges are going to be any good. Catching a few in the deeper water. Nobody seems to be catching anything on the tip, which tells me, you know, if they're not tight up against the island, I don't really see why they're going to be down the edge. That's interesting. So, had a bite. Just got to try and find a run of fish from somewhere, really. Well, that's interesting. That's 2 bites I've missed now, and that's as I'm feeding. So I might better shadow up a bit on this. Even more, if I miss another bite. So that actually hooked itself. It's not very big, but it is a fish. And it's just in that bottom lip. It tells me I can shallow up a little tiny bit more. You never know. Maybe when I've been loose feeding, suddenly you never know. First sign I've had anyway. And he's sort of telling me that maybe even the Thorby 12 it is too heavy. Typically the light's changed now, so I can't see a bloody thing. But all about learning, so I'll treat this as a learning match today, because definitely miles behind. Not going to win anything. That's another bite that I've missed. What's that feed? I'm a bit too full. I think the trouble is, I thought today I was going to fish better than it is, and I've just overgunned it basically at the start. I might even go to 16 metres. Fishing the first fish top. And now no bites again. It's just the way it's been. Get a couple of bites. Right, here we go. You think, here we go, and then nothing again. Well, Mr. Dixie next to me and Peg 13 are catching fish. Just feel like maybe I'm just not on enough fish today, you know. But I never believe it on this lake, because there are so many fish in this lake. It's hard to believe that, you know, you're when you've got any fish in front of you, because I just don't believe it. It's mad. I had 3 good bites, 1 fish, then no bites. That was a little tiny sign then. I've only been tapping this line. I'm just going to take a chance and just put a few in. In again next door. I just think I just actually do think I must have fished a little bit, you know, because it's ridiculous. You'll probably win the match. Oh, look at that. It make me think, am I shopping and changing a little bit too much today? I will try that line again, but make sure I have one on the feeder. Pig 20, say next door, but sort of opposite, that makes sense. You know, it's they're not feeding or not, but I feel like I've got to try and make something happen. I'm going to pull anything out of the bag. Oh, it's very big, it might be far up, you know. It is far up. I'm gonna go, I might try to go back on my slightly deeper strung rig. If it's better or worse. Oh, having a lovely day is next door. That one's warm. Fasten the on that way out. Just a line that I've been feeding a lot more negatively. Light's terrible though. I might have to have a joint on. They're catching well, 20s, I can see. Definitely caught more than me. Everybody seems to be catching a few. Again now. Wonderful. Like that when that happened. Got away with it though. Just gonna put a back shot on that float. Hold it up a bit better. It's catching really well to my right. It's come short again as well. I'll give that a go in a few minutes. Now, I think that took a bit longer to get a bite on a single mag at that time. I'm going to a little bit longer, and I'm going to just sign it off. Just because you don't really want to watch me feeding maggots and moaning. about how well next door's doing. But just looking along the bank, I can see a lot of fish getting caught now. To be fair, I've been getting a few more bites now, so I don't feel like my fish are quite as big. You need them big chunky F1s, that's what you need. If that batch has done many favours actually. Interesting he's come short again. Not getting a fish a chuck, but when he gets one, they're decent. I'll have another quick go in the mo. We came up without a fish that time. What's going on? 13's catching well now as well. Light's got a bit shy again now, I'm honest. Taking that back shot off because it's causing me more problems. Weirdly. That's the way the wind is. He's in again. He's in again. I think we start singing. Yep, I'm dropping short. I'm going to slide off again. I'll have a quick go short and I will come back if anything good happens. At the moment, I still feel like I'm getting beat. As I'm sitting here, I'm watching 13 and netting another fish now, so right, I'll just realise what I'm doing here. Quick go short. There's the cameras on. If I can get anything short quick. If we can get a bite at least. There he's in again. I do think he's had a few fish in front of him today, if I'm honest. Well, it could be just that he's fed hardly anything. That was the way forward today. Paying attention. Is it any bigger than what I've been catching across? I don't think so. Maybe a little bit bigger. There's one. We go again. We'll feed our other lines quick. It's gonna rain in a minute, which is really rather annoying. I think we'll go on a slightly heavy rig on this short line. Alright, I don't know if this is positive enough. Have I overfed it? Yes. I think I have. But I've sort of made my bed now. So I don't be interested in seeing the feed. And get some. Do the opposite. Well, I'm not fed enough. I just don't believe that. 13 sacking. Missed another bite. I'm going to try and be more positive on that one. See if it's any better. go on it because I'm getting little tiny dinks and things, and I just don't know if it's positive enough. Well, no, quick enough. Just like get that more positive bite, we'll see. If we get a bite. I'm sitting here not catching. Everybody else is. It's a sign. Maybe the lighter rig was the weight, is better. One more go. It's just annoying because I am getting the odd sign. It's not hitting anything. Oh well, we got one. Now, I need to replumb that line. Running out of time here now, so I've got to make a bit of a decision really to do one thing or the other. This late in the day, you can't be chopping and changing, so it's just going to replumb this. Actually spot on. Right, I'm going to sign off. I might come back, I might not. Depends, because it means I'll have to get off the box. He thinks he's sacking up still. getting up now as well. Right, I'm going to sign off. See you in a while.